the last journey that I drive in the Lemon where I get nasty noises. See if you can detect it. Bad that time. Irony. I hate ironing. You might think I've supercharged the Lemon. Oh, if only. What's actually going on is that the exhaust manifold has once again bananaed. And I was like, oh, I'll just stick another gasket on it for now. And that was a waste of time really. I was trying to get a manifold new flange sorted and should just waited. Ironically, it's now not making the noise, but once it gets hot, she screams. I'll help along with the sound effects. Yeah, that's the noise it makes normally, so it just sort of pretend you've got a supercharger, but in actual fact you've got a massive manifold leak, which the result of said massive manifold leak is that it's just too slow to come on boost, and is, you know, filling the engine bay with fumes, which eventually kind of gets into here, messes with your head a little bit. So we don't want that. So what we're going to do instead is fix it. So let's get back to the workshop, let's rip this manifold off, show you what we're going to do. So the exhaust manifold is offed. Usual suspect places, it blows at these two ends. This end here and this end here. And the reason, is quite simply, is it's bananaed. So it's difficult to see, but there's basically obviously a gap at that end and a gap at that end, and it should be perfectly flat. You end up pulling studs out before you bend that straight. Now, it is rather unfortunate. And as it's bent, it's basically bent this a little bit at the same time, which is pretty incredible, to be honest. By the by, I'm going to try and fix it with that you might have just noticed in the top of shot. It's a 15mm thick plate. It weighs almost as much as the manifold itself already. So we're going to slice this manifold flange off and then weld that one on. Loads of material there, so once I've welded that on, I'm going to then have it skimmed. Then we may also put a slot through there and through there, which is what the OEM manifold has. It has like a little slot straight through the holes to allow for movement and expansion. Aluminium head, you know, metal cast or piped, whatever you want to call this, but originally they were cast. You can see why they do that, because obviously aluminium expands at a different rate to cast metal. I'm still not sure about the straight pipe pieces yet. I'm still going to think about it and ask a few other people's opinions who actually know what they're talking about. But you can see on the old gaskets here, it blows at both ends, and that's what's losing us loads of manifold pressure, loads of early boost, and just general performance, and screams like a banshee. So, keep talking. The next thing I need to do is cut this off, which I'm not decided yet whether to go to the engineer's shop and ask them to cut it off with a bandsaw or have a go myself. I'd like it to get it pretty square on, so if I get a chance tomorrow I might pop to the engineer's shop and do it myself. Ask them to do it for me. Otherwise, let's go and have some dinner. So considering I've done that by hand, not too bad. Try and level this off now with the new flange and clean this up to weld it on. How I wish Tiggy was here. I'm tempted just to MIG it. I mean, I don't know if you can catch inside there, but I have just MIG'd from the inside to position it. And it's just mild steel, but it is thick. We're going to go for tigging. That's why I got this machine, to do a nice bit of welding like this. Let's hope we've got it in the right place, because of course the position of this does dictate the position of turbo and everything. It's a foul bit of steel, that. Let's hope it does the trick. Let's just get on with it. I mean, what I've got to lose? I start tigging and I don't like it, and I'll switch to MIG. It's just, hopefully the TIG will just make it look neat, give me some practice. No one's going to sit down the back anyway, and I'm going to put an aluminium, a nice stainless steel heat shield on it anyway, so meh. Let's get on with it, shall we? Stop faffing, Piggy, stop making excuses and just get on with it. Sizzling. So we've got our manifold with the flange tigged on. Some of these tigs I'm quite happy with, some of these welds, if it'll focus. See if she'll focus a little bit for us. Some of the welds I'm happy with. Some of them are pretty bad, in my opinion, but they are going to be blooming strong, that's for sure. We've just tigged on a couple of stainless bungs, and actually some of them possibly my better welding. Let's hit the old manual focus, shall we? And see if we can bring this into focus. There you go. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with those actually. Sometimes I seem to hit the nail on the head, and sometimes I don't. So those two are on there for one simple reason, and that is to put a shield on. So we've got a piece of stainless, and we're going to make a little heat shield on the back here. There's some coolant hoses that run here, and we want to do work on some management of this temperature situation, and heat shields are an OEM way that works real nice. So there we go. So I'm quite happy with those. You might not be, but I mean, we are talking very, very early days of me teaching myself how to weld. So right, I'm just going to smooth off the other side, and we're going to die grind some of the welds. I did some inside welds and then just got it straight to the engineer shop because I was running out of time. So I just need to die grind off some welds, clear out the holes of any dirt and mess, and then we'll make out of some cardboard a template for the heat shield, then fit the manifold, and then check that the template works before we cut it out in the stainless. And then we might make some mounts for here rather than up here, because it's all that gets in the way, the mounts up here. So we might be changing that. Anyway, quite pleased with my little welds, so let's crack on. Another little mock-up of our OEM style heat shield. So that'll keep temperatures in the exhaust and temperatures away from everything else, like plastics and coolant pipes around the back. So there we go. Adept have done a brilliant job as usual. We just smoothed off some edges, and then we've just been sort of doing a little bit of port work with the old die grinder, just because where I'd welded inside on a couple of lips. This is not because the flange wasn't accurate, it's because the manifold had actually moved as it's bananaed. Obviously the runners are in slightly different spots, so there's just a couple that needed that little bit of work. And then there was just a couple of lips that wasn't a perfect match, so we've ported that effectively with a bit of die grinding. So we're ready to roll. So, next job, clean this up. I'm going to wash it out because it's got loads of filings in it. And there's the cuckoo. And we will then fit it to the car. Cool. So you might notice it's dramatically shorter than the previous one. I'll show you in a second why. But there's our cardboard cutout version, and here's our stainless version. Is TIG welded, you can tell by the crustiness on the inside. We've obviously just lynched it off to make it clean. So pretty happy with that. Shape's in the right place. The coolant hoses are here. It protects all that, hopefully. And we've got a couple of stainless bolts and a couple of stainless penny washers. And I'll just show you now why we've had to shorten it and why I had to weld in quite badly a piece, one of those lovely stainless threaded bobbins, what I call bobbins. Try and show you on the old mirror. So you can see to the right, I had to cut it off because of clearance with the exhaust, so then had to MIG weld from here in the car with the mirror. So it's not very pretty, and not as pretty as the other one I did on the other end. But there we can see how close it is to that coolant line there. So all that remains is to throw that in, and then hopefully we're going to use a little bit of this heat shielding stuff to put on this pipe here, which is always too close to the manifold for my liking. I'd like to tidy that up one day. So many jubilees going on in there, but we'll do that another day. First, let's get this heat shield on it. Heat shield on there, then we can test drive it and see if she squeals like a little piggy. Oh, I'm very excited. She fits beautifully, and she looks so sweet. I'll get the blooming camera down there to show you, so you can just see the edge of it there. And on mirror, might be easier to see. You can see it along there, so there she is. Shielding this particular couple of matrix coolant pipes, which obviously all has an effect. You can just see it there. Really pleased with that. So something now to shield this with some heat, and we'll be giving some testing. Yeah! It's not quite as neat as I wanted it, but it is down there. A couple of metal kind of cable tie strip things. It'll just hopefully everything to control it a little bit. Something else I'm going to do about heat control, I'm probably going to wrap these two here with some gold heat shield, because obviously all the heat from the air going through the radiator is then warming up the intercooler pipe, which is just cool. So a bit counterintuitive. Intercooler takes away the heat, hot air comes through, gets even hotter, and then heats the pipe up again. So a bit of gold tape on that will happen for sure. But that's the end of this episode. So that's the manifold, that's some heat protection on the manifold, heat protection on some coolant pipes. It's all back together again. Well, this is winning. On the next episode, we fit a bigger fuel pump. Yes! A bigger fuel pump. It already has an R70 on it, not an upgraded one, a refurbished one. We're going to fit an R80, because we've run out of fuel pump. And if anyone knows about these, you know that's a good thing. That means we're making good power. So we've got to take it to the track. We've got to beat a Remap GTI and a 135i, which is going to be nigh impossible. So bravery, more fuel, always important. And of course, more boost. See that on the next episode of Piggy Power. So I'm hoping we can, let's ignore that. Oh, come on. So can we do anything with this? We've done the math. Math now works. That's awesome. We're not going to remove the air condenser, because we're going to try and keep that. We have done the heat shield. We have sort of done that. But we're going to say boost pipe wrap. So that's to be still done. Oil leak on the side of the head actually wasn't an oil leak. Exhaust gasket leak, we're going to say is fixed. We haven't road tested it, but let's say it's fixed. R80, steering wheel, and aero package. Oh yeah. All on a future episode of the Piggy Power.